Hey everyone, good evening. I am popping in here from spin class. So I am super sweaty and stinky. But I know with Facebook, it takes a couple of minutes for everyone to jump on. So if you are popping on, I would love for you to say hi. Tell me how your Monday's going, and we'll do just a couple of minutes of small talk before I jump into tonight's topic. You're going to see that I'm going to be jumping on my phone too, because I use this platform that allows me to stream in many different locations. And so it doesn't always show me who's on. Oh, okay, good. I see somebody's on. It says Facebook user. It doesn't tell me who you are yet. It just says, hi, sweet Kim, love you, good evening. Okay, so hopefully I'll be able to find it on my notifications on my iPhone, because this StreamYard software that we use, it calls you Facebook user rather than like who you are. So I'm going to hop on here and see. Oh, it's Cassie. Hi, Cassie. I can see you there. And then let me see. Tell me if you guys had a good Monday. What was good about your day? I want to know. Tell me something that was good about your day. And while we give everybody a couple of minutes to pop on before I actually start what I want to talk about. Oh, it's Callie. Hi, sweet Callie. Callie from Texas, where I was in June, where I gave a keynote and I gave some professional development. You're so sweet, Callie. I love you too. I was able to do a little teaching lesson in Callie's class, which was super cool. So, yeah, I want to know one good thing about your Monday. Here's one good thing about my Monday. Well, I have a lot of good things about my Monday. Well, let's see. Here's my good thing about my Monday. So many. Oh, how about this? My husband's in the kitchen cooking. So he pretty much makes us dinner every night. And I was like, of course he had to always be like, I do all the cooking. And I was like, well, I do all the vacuuming and the mopping. So anyway, but I'm super thankful for that. Cassie says, I stayed in my sweats all day and wrapped presents. Awesome, Cassie. I have my presents wrapped too. And I made some snack mix for Christmas yesterday. I have to make divinity and puppy chow. And then I'm ordering the rest from Jennifer Hauser. She has these amazing dessert plates. And I'm super excited just to order those. Okay, so good. We have some of you on here. I am going to be real honest with you guys. And I kind of try to do real talk. I will tell you that I talked myself out of going live on my personal Facebook about 15 times today. The last was when I was on the way to spin class. I almost pulled over and deleted the Facebook post on my personal page that said I was going to go live. And the reason being is I have my free Facebook group, which is called She Finds Joy. And it has like 3,400 women in there. And I have found that I can be more of my real self in my free Facebook group, because those are all like-minded women who aren't going to judge me. And then I saw some of my business mentors who run businesses like I do, and I noticed that they are going live both in their Facebook group, but they're also going live on their personal page because they have such a big following. And I have a big following on my personal page. I think I've hit my friend limit. And part of that is because, I travel across the country and I get to make all kinds of acquaintances. But I was I was chickening out of going live because I have to be honest with you, I was worried. Here's what I know. I know that 99.9% of the people in the She Finds Joy Facebook group are rooting for me, and they are rooting for me, and they are like-minded. I'll be real honest. My personal Facebook page, let's be honest, there are some people that are following me on that page just so they can screenshot it and share it to their friend. And so when I posted that I was going to go live and talk about this topic, I was like, ooh, like this is kind of a deep part of Kim. And I don't know if I really want to put that out there on my personal page. Like that feels scary. And it's like people are going to judge me. And and I was like, oh, it just doesn't feel good. I'm just going to shut it down and I'm just going to go live in my free Facebook group. And then I was like, gosh darn it. Like here I am, I teach about how to, what I call step into the arena of bigness, which is do hard things. And then I'm over here chickening out and not going live on my personal page very much anymore, because I know there's going to be people who are going to be making fun of this. Because not everybody that follows me on my personal page is a fan of Kim Strobel. Some of them follow me because they want to be all in my shiz, right? But anyway, I'm going to practice what I preach, which is there are a lot of you on my personal page who aren't in the free Facebook group. And this is me. This is what I like to teach. And so one of the things that I want to talk to you guys about is how your thoughts really are creating what you're experiencing in your life. And what I mean by that is, on average, we have about 60 or 70,000 thoughts in a day. Now, just sit there and imagine that a minute, because I'm pretty sure that you are not consciously aware of all 70,000 thoughts that you've had today. 70,000, not 70, not 700, not 7,000, 70,000 thoughts. And the reason for that is because so many times the thoughts that we have, they're so fast and they're running on default. Like the more you have a thought, the more you're going to keep having that thought, because that's the neural pathway in your brain that keeps getting ingrained. So this is why we know, that for the average human being, and I'm going to assume that most of us are average, 80% of our thoughts are negative in a day's time, which means most of us are having 56,000 negative thoughts in a day's time. But we're not aware of all of those thoughts. And what's even crazier is that 85% of those negative thoughts that you're having, so 85%, sorry, not 85, 80% of the thoughts that you're having that are negative, well, not even just negative, just 80% of those thoughts, that are negative, are the exact same thoughts you had the day before. Because like if you have like a road in your mind that criticizes your body and you have no idea, but maybe it's 515 times a day you've said something negative to your body, but you're not even aware of it because that track is deeply ingrained in your brain. So like, like if you type, like I don't have to think at all when I type. You don't have to think at all when you write, right? It just natural. Your brain doesn't have to say like form the letter S, form the letter A. Like it just happens naturally without you thinking about it. Well, that's what's happening so many times with our thoughts. And so, what we know is that, the law of attraction is basically the fact that your thoughts are constantly feeding you either positively or negatively. And whatever thoughts you're having the most of, that's what you're attracting into your life. So for example, if you are mostly having thoughts, and I'll just use money, even though that's a trigger word for a lot of people, but it's like easy to understand. But if you are constantly having thoughts about your lack of money, and you don't just think the thoughts, but you verbalize them, you're like, I don't have enough money to take a vacation this year. And you're, telling your girlfriend, or, I really wish we could afford a nicer car, or gosh, wouldn't it be so nice if we had a condo in Florida, or I really wish that I made more money. Whenever you're having thoughts like that, which we all have some of those thoughts, that's human nature, right? It's not about completely erasing the negative thoughts, but whatever you focus on the most, that is what you're going to get back. And so what we don't understand, and I'm going to give you this example here. And I don't know if you guys know The Secret that came out, but it was an amazing movie. If you have Netflix, you should really watch it. But like the secret, Oprah Winfrey talks about the secret. She talks about the law of attraction. She talks about how when you can funnel your thoughts towards a goal and you can think of that goal as already coming to you, and you believe in that goal and you see that goal and you feel the emotion of that goal, that the universe will actually line up and it will bring you the opportunities or the people or the circumstances to help you meet that goal. And so I always tell people the shining example of this in my life is I had no idea how to become a motivational speaker. I just knew that I wanted to become one. I didn't have a business. I was working as a curriculum director. But I knew that I wanted to become a motivational speaker. And so when I run is when I do a lot of my thought work, and I would see myself on the stage. I would see the people in the crowd. I would see the conference organizers calling me and asking me to deliver a keynote to their audience. I would see like the excitement and the sense of connection between me and the audience. And I would visualize that on all of my runs, and I would see it in my mind, but I would also feel the feeling of it until it became a belief that this is what I was capable of. And once you have that belief, the law of attraction sends that belief out to the universe or God or spirit or whatever, your higher power, whatever you want to call it. And you can actually use your mind to attract things in your life. And this is exactly what I'm teaching in my Law of Attraction and Vision Board workshop that is going to be on December 30th. Okay. And by the way, I think it's, what is it? Just today, Monday. So there's 6 days left to get the early bird price, and then the price goes up. So if you want to learn more about this, I'll put the link in the comment section after this is over, and you can reserve your spot. But basically, the law of attraction is happening regardless. Like, you are constantly attracting good or bad into your life. Whenever, let me give you an example of this, right? Whenever you're around negative people and the next thing you know, you're negative. That's the law of attraction at work. Or when you're around people who are like much more successful than you are, and all of a sudden you're becoming successful. It's because you attract what you're around. And everything is made up of energy. I mean, have you ever walked into a room or been around a person who like carries like just really dark, sad, hopeless, heavy, negative energy, and you feel it affect your energy field? That's because every single thing is energy. And so with the law of attraction, you have to think more about the things that you want to create in your life versus the lack of. And so, there are so many people that talk about this, and I'm going to give you some examples so that you don't just think that I'm crazy. But like Jim Carrey is a huge, Matthew McConaughey, they talk about how they've used the law of attraction. They have streamlined their thoughts to actually create things and experiences and opportunities in their life. And so, for example, Jim Carrey would stop on his drive home every night. I think he lived out of his vehicle. All right. He didn't even have money for rent. He was doing little small comedian gigs, in bars or whatever, but, he wasn't making much money. But he would stop in, I think it was Hollywood Hills. Every night he would pull his vehicle over. You can Google this. He talks all about it. And he would think about what he wanted for his life. He would see himself being like a highly paid Hollywood movie star. He would see himself living in one of those homes that he could see in the Hollywood Hills. And he even wrote himself a check, you guys, for $10 million. Okay. And he post-dated it 5 years. And lo and behold, he ended up making that exact sum from the movie Dumb and Dumber, just right around that 5-year deadline. And what's really cool is, people think, whatever it is they want to attract. Do they want to attract better health? Do they want to attract a better relationship? Do they want to attract more financial abundance in their life? Do they want to attract more experiences and opportunities for their family and their kids? Do they want to attract deeper spiritual evolvement within themselves? Like whatever it is that you want to attract, what we know is that if you focus enough on that goal and you see it, feel it, visualize it, and really believe that that is going to come to you regardless of your current circumstances, that you have the ability to kind of co-create this with, I feel like I co-create with God. You might call it higher power or spirit or universal intelligence or whatever. But what we know is that this is definitely a magnifying force in your life. I see you in here, Angie Gilliam. You're signed up for the Vision Board Workshop. I'm going to teach you my five best tools for actually how to use the manifestation process. So if you are already signed up for that, I'm going to go really deep into this entire topic. It's a 90-minute workshop. If you're not available on December 30th, you get access to the course for 9 months. So you can watch it and apply it. But I'm actually going to show you not only how to get clarity on the goals that you want for 2021, because, some of us don't even know what our dreams are. We don't even know what our wants are because we've been shut down from them for so long. And so I'm going to do a deep dive into not only what is the law of attraction, but what are the steps that I use to kind of manifest miracles, I think, in my life. Oh my gosh, Angie says, have I read Matthew McConaughey? Yes, I read his book, Green Lights. It was phenomenal. Hands down, I would say that's one of my top 10 books now. Matthew McConaughey's book, Green Lights, was amazing. So going back, and I love when you're commenting on here, guys. Thanks for doing that. So what we know is like whatever you focus on is what grows. So are you focusing on the right things? And again, we're all human beings. We all have negative thoughts. This is not about like completely getting rid of the negative thoughts. We can't do that. But what we can do is we can self-check ourselves. One of the things that I constantly have to kind of catch Scott doing, or even me sometimes, is Scott, we'll be driving down the street and he'll be like, oh, I really wish that we had a condo in Florida. And I'll be like, don't you dare say that. Like your subconscious mind, which is the part of your mind that is running in the background, 95% of what you create comes from your subconscious mind. Okay. You're unaware of it. And so we know that the subconscious mind and being able to tap into that part of the brain is instrumental to helping you manifest. And again, I'll go deeper with this during the workshop. But what we know is that your thoughts and your words and what you're telling the subconscious mind, it goes to work to bring that to you. So I'm like, don't say that. Say, I'll be super excited when we get to purchase that condo. Or sometimes I'll catch myself like, oh gosh, I really wish that I had, 80 keynotes this year. I have to change what I say. Like, I am so excited that I'm going to have like 80 keynotes this next year. I'm looking really forward to being able to serve people. I can't wait to do that and inspire them and really make a difference in their life. And so we have to be really aware. So it's not about getting rid of the negative thought. It's about recognizing, oh, now that's not what I want to focus on. That's not what I want to attract more of in my life. And so, we have to think about what is it that we want more of. Don't say like, I just don't want to be broke anymore. You're sending that message. You're sending that message of like, hey, that's the lack of, and your subconscious mind doesn't understand negatives. So it thinks that you're saying like, bring me more brokenness, right? And so we have to be really, really careful with that. It's like, if I say, don't think of whatever you do right now, don't think of a pink elephant. Your mind has to think of it. You can't release it until you've actually seen the pink elephant, right? And so in order to unthink that, you have to actually see the pink elephant. You can't make yourself not see it. And so what we know that we need to do is just really understand that you are responsible for what you create in your life. And people don't know this, or they think it's too woo-woo-y, but I'm going to tell you hands down, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, when I started doing this work, this is what actually I feel like was a huge shift in my life. And I even have, I'm going to show you guys. I mean, I have my vision boards from like way back like when I was broke, when Scott Strobel and I lived paycheck to paycheck, when we had zero freaking savings account, right? When I drove a $2,000 car around for several years because it was paid for. And I started to learn the law of attraction and what it could do in my life. And then I started to put it into practice. And that's when I felt like things really started to shift. And I want more people to learn this because sometimes I think that it can feel like life is happening to us. And life does happen to us, and shitty, bad things happen to us sometimes. But what we don't understand sometimes is our power to be a creator in that process. And so you can actually learn to use your mind, which is one of the most powerful things that you have, to really be able to focus on what you want more of. But there's a process to it, right? It's not just sticking a picture on this vision board and hoping that it works. And during the 90-minute workshop, I'm actually going to make you dig deep. I mean, I have a workbook, which I think is the magic of the whole workshop, where we're going to really take you through the process of identifying where you were in the past, where you are right now, and what you really are looking at in 2021. What are those kind of pivotal things that you want to see happen? And then how can you become responsible for creating the right energy and putting that energy towards attracting more of that into your life? And so it's like, it feels hopeful, right? That you are not just a result of your circumstances. You get the opportunity to create. And again, this is not woo-woo-woo. You should Google the law of attraction and Oprah Winfrey, or the law of attraction, vision boarding, Jim Carrey, James Wedmore. I mean, all of these people that have been able to create really great things in their life, they understand the power of their mind and being able to streamline their thoughts in a certain direction and being able to create what seems like maybe the impossible at the time. And so that's your little lesson tonight. Again, there's 5 days left. If you want to sign up and get the early bird access to the 90-minute workshop, it's $97. I'll just be honest with you guys. Most of my courses that I sell are a lot more than that, but I really want everybody to get this information if this is something that is whispering to you that you have an interest in. And so I'll put the link below. You can sign up. And then on December 30th, I'm going to walk you through my entire process of how I manifest, how I create goals, the energy that goes into those goals, and then how to create a vision board that is in alignment with how you want to feel in your life. And so that price is $97 until Sunday, and I'll drop the link if you're interested. Anyways, all right, my husband I think he made salmon and rice tonight, maybe. I'm so lucky that he cooks for me, because you guys know I despise cooking. Like, I hate cooking. All right. Thanks for being here. I'm going to go back and read the comments now on my phone, since I can't really watch it on my computer.